In this video, we're going to focus on creating a base shape to help define the hand grip of our steering wheel. As I mentioned before, you want to be real careful not to over-define your surfaces. You don't want to add a lot of sketches or extra geometry to try to drive their shape, because all you're going to do is end up inducing some internal stress inside those surfaces. What I'd like to do here is create a loft going between this lower section of our steering wheel to an upper section, but not up to this point, because we have a lot of geometry we need to tweak in this area. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to my upper steering wheel section and make a sketch on this plane. But first, I want to turn on the sketch that we used to drive that shape. So if you remember, we actually ended up drawing more surface than we needed and trimming it back. So on plane 1, I'm going to start a sketch. It's a circle. It's going to be 45 millimeters. We're going to make sure that center point pierces the sketch, just as we did for that original section that we created for the upper portion of our steering wheel. Now we can exit this sketch, go back and hide that original sketch we were using. I want to create a loft going between this section and that sketch. And here's the important part. We have a start-ends constraints. Our start constraint is going to be a tangency to face, and our end constraint is going to be normal to profile. We have a lot of control over the way the surface is created by affecting the weight of each of these. For instance, if we change the weight to 0.25 of our tangency, the upper segment is actually driving a lot more of the curvature. So what we want to do here is we want to change that lower section to 1.5. I'm going to leave that upper section as 1. Take a close look at what we're creating here. I think it's going to be a pretty good representation, and that'll allow us to build on it for some extra geometry work later. So we're going to OK that and make sure that we're pretty close to the picture. That concludes creating the base shape for our steering wheel hand grip.